What lies beyond the edge of your last waking thought? Most people never reach the deepest chambers of rest, but tonight, you are the exception. We are traveling past the stars, through the river of fading memories, to a place where time doesn't exist. Close your eyes. Your seat on the vessel of infinite drift is waiting. Welcome, traveler of the night. You have arrived at a place where the clocks have no hands and the world has no edges. Before we begin, I want you to know that you are exactly where you need to be. There is nothing you need to solve, nothing you need to change, and nowhere else you need to go. You are safe. You are held. You are allowed to be still. The long breath of the cosmos. Imagine, if you will, that the entire universe is taking one long, slow, rhythmic breath. We often think of the world as a place of hurry, of rushing winds and spinning orbits. But if you look closely, you will see that at its heart, the universe moves with an infinite, patient slowness. It does not rush toward tomorrow. It lingers in the soft, dark velvet of today. Think of the way a distant galaxy turns in the deep silence of space. It moves so slowly that it seems to be standing perfectly still, like a vast, glowing jewel resting on a cushion of shadow. This is the pace of the stars. This is the speed of peace. You don't need to follow my words with your mind. You only need to let them drift past you like soft clouds. If your thoughts are still moving quickly, that is all right. Let them run. Eventually, they will grow tired and find their way to the edges of this great, slow-moving river. The stars above us are not in a hurry to reach their destination, because in the infinite, there is no destination, only the journey and the quiet beauty of the drift. The same atoms that make up those distant, patient stars are within you now. Your body knows this ancient rhythm. It knows how to slow down. It knows how to match the heartbeat of the cosmos, which beats only once every 1,000 years. Close your eyes, or keep them heavy, and feel the weight of this universal stillness. It is a heavy, warm blanket, pressing gently against your skin, telling every nerve that the day's work is complete. The universe is vast, but it is not cold. It is a warm, dark cradle that moves so gradually you can barely feel emotion. Like a great mountain that takes eons to settle into the earth. You are settling now. You are sinking. You are becoming part of the long, slow exhale of the night. There is no hurry. There is only the soft, rhythmic humming of the distance, a sound that has no beginning and no end. You are drifting, turning, and resting in the great, slow dance of everything. The gentle drift of stardust and the infinite weight of calm. As you continue to settle into the rhythmic breathing of the cosmos, imagine the spaces between the stars. These are not empty voids, but vast, quiet oceans of ancient stardust, moving with a patience that the waking world could never understand. Think of a single grain of starlight, a tiny, glowing speck of dust, drifting to the velvet dark. It does not fall with the heavy pull of gravity. It floats. It meanders. It takes a lifetime just to travel a single inch. This is the pace of true rest. There is no wind to push it, no force to hurry it along. It simply exists in a state of perfect, weightless suspension, and right now, you are just like that single grain of dust. You are suspended in a sea of tranquility, where the only direction is deeper into the soft, welcoming dark. Feel the texture of this cosmic mist as it surrounds you. It is like the finest silk, cool to the touch but radiating a deep, internal warmth that speaks to the very center of your being. You don't need to hold yourself up anymore. You don't need to maintain any shape or form. Imagine your thoughts are becoming like this stardust, tiny, glowing points of light that are slowly spreading out, moving further and further apart until the spaces between them are filled with nothing but silence. The more these thoughts spread, the lighter you feel, yet the more grounded you become in this moment. It is a beautiful contradiction. You are as light as a whisper, yet you are anchored by the infinite weight of calm that only the night can provide. The universe moves slowly because it is all the time it will ever need, and in this moment. So do you. There is no clock ticking in the halls of the stars. There is no deadline in the heart of a nebula. Everything that needed to be done today is now a distant memory, a fading echo that cannot reach you here. You are entering a sanctuary where the air is made of moonlight and the ground is made of dreams. Each breath you take is slower than the last, as if you're trying to catch the rhythm of a distant planet turning on its axis. You are not just observing the slowness, you are becoming it. You are the slow-moving mist, You're the drifting light, and you're the profound stillness that lies beneath it all. Let the silence wash over you in waves, each one softer and more rhythmic than the one before. If your mind tries to wander back to the world of noise, gently bring it back to the image of that single grain of stardust, floating in the dark. Watch it move. See how it glows with a soft, pale blue light. There is no effort in its movement, and there is no effort required of you. You are being carried by a current of pure grace, a slow-moving river of stars that knows exactly where to take you. You are safe. You are drifting. You are sinking into the softest parts of the night, where the only thing that remains is a gentle, eternal pulse of the universe dreaming itself awake, the ancient reflections of time and the mirror of infinity. As you drift further into the stardust, imagine that time itself has begun to behave like a deep, ancient forest pond. In the waking world, we feel time as a rushing river, always pulling us forward, always demanding our attention. But here, in the heart of the universe's slow embrace, time has become perfectly still. It is a vast, mirror-like surface of dark water, reflecting the slow-motion dance of distant galaxies. When a single thought falls into this pond, it doesn't create a splash. It creates a ripple so slow, so wide, and so gentle that it takes centuries to reach the shore. You are sitting by the edge of this eternal water, watching the reflections of ancient stars that burned out long ago, yet whose light is only now reaching the surface of your mind. Feel the profound coolness of this realization. You are participating in a stillness that is billions of years old. The atoms in your body have been traveling through the slow corridors of time, waiting for this exact moment to finally come to a rest. You don't need to track the minutes or the hours anymore. In this space, an hour is as long as a heartbeat, and a heartbeat is as deep as an ocean. There is no before and there is no after. There is only this singular, expanding moment of now. Your breath is the only clock that matters, and even it is slowing down, becoming a faint, rhythmic vibration that matches the cooling of the earth at midnight. Look into the mirror of this quiet time. See how your worries and your plans for tomorrow are just tiny, flickering shadows on the surface, quickly dissolving into the deep, indigo depths. The universe doesn't measure success by speed. It measures existence by depth. Think of the mountains, how they grow so slowly that no human eye can see them move. Think of the ancient glaciers, carving their way through the earth with a patience that defies understanding. You are tapping into that same mountain-like patience now. You are becoming as unshakable and as silent as the bedrock of the world. You are sinking through the layers of time, past the noise of history, past the rush of life, into the foundational silence of the cosmos. Everything around you is a reflection of this infinite pause. The light of the moon doesn't rush to reach the earth. It flows. The shadows of the trees don't jump. They lean and stretch over hours, following the slow, majestic rotation of the planet. You are leaning with them. You are stretching with them. You are part of grand, celestial clockwork that moves with such deliberate grace that it feels like absolute stillness. There is a deep comfort in knowing that you don't have to keep up. The universe is not leaving you behind. It is carrying you in its slow, powerful arms. You are drifting on the surface of infinity, safe in the knowledge that time is your servant, not your master. You are falling through the reflections, deeper and deeper into the warm, dark heart of eternal rest, the weaving of celestial shadows and the soft tapestry of night. As you drift away from the mirror-like pond of time, imagine that the universe is beginning to weave a great, protective blanket around your consciousness. This is the weaving of celestial shadows. It is a slow, rhythmic process that happens in the quietest corners of space, where the light of distant suns meets the deep, velvet dark. These shadows are not cold. They are warm, soft, and weighted with a comfort that feels like 1,000 blankets layered upon you. Each shadow is a thread of indigo, a thread of charcoal, a thread of deep, resonant violet. They crisscross so slowly that it feels like a silent dance, moving in harmony with the gentle expansion of your chest as you breathe. You don't need to watch the patterns being made. You can simply feel the weight of this cosmic fabric as it settles over your shoulders, your arms, and your tired limbs. It is a heavy, healing pressure, pulling you down toward the earth, grounding you in a place of absolute safety. Think of how a forest at night wraps itself in these same shadows. The trees standing still, the leaves unmoving, all held in a singular embrace of dark silk. You are like one of those ancient trees now, your roots reaching deep into the cooling soil of sleep, while your branches are draped in the softest tapestry the universe can weave. There is no space here for the sharp edges of the day. Everything is being softened, rounded, and blurred by the weaver's patient hand. As this tapestry of shadows grows thicker, the world beyond it begins to fade into a distant, unimportant hum. The noise of life, the flickering lights of the city, the echoes of conversations, they are all being muffled by the density of the celestial fabric. You are inside a cocoon of tranquility, a sanctuary of shade where your mind is allowed to finally stop its searching. There is nothing to find here because you already have everything you need. You are part of the pattern. Your heartbeat is a stitch in the fabric. Your stillness is the background upon which the stars are embroidered. The universe isn't just weaving a blanket for you. It is weaving you back into the stillness from which you came. Feel the shadows moving behind your closed eyes, shifting like slow-moving clouds across a moonlit sky. They are gentle, liquid, and kind. They carry the scent of rain on dry stone and the coolness of the deep ocean. You are sinking deeper into the fold of this dark silk, feeling yourself becoming smaller and quieter within its vastness. The more the shadows weave, the more you let go. You are unraveling from the tension of the day and being rewoven into the peace of the night. There is no hurry to finish the pattern. The loom of the cosmos turns forever, and you are safe within its slow, rhythmic motion. You are drifting, you are fading, and you are being held in the soft, dark arms of the eternal weave, the resonant breathing of the constellations and the harmonic pulse. As you lie beneath the heavy, woven blanket of celestial shadows, imagine that you are no longer breathing alone. Beyond the roof of your room, beyond the clouds, the great constellations themselves are breathing with you. Orion, the Pleiades, the Great Bear, they are not just points of light. They are ancient, living rhythms pulsing in the deep dark. Imagine their breath as a slow, golden vibration that travels through the silence of space, moving past planets and moons, until it reaches the very room where you are resting. It is a breath that takes 100 years to inhale and 100 years to exhale. As you listen to the quiet of the night, you begin to sync your own breath with this grand cosmic rhythm. You are breathing with the stars. Feel this resonance moving into your body. It starts at the soles of your feet, a very faint, warm hum that feels like the distant purring of a cat or the low vibration of a cello. It is the sound of the universe moving, but it is a sound so low and so steady that it feels like silence itself. This golden vibration slowly travels up through your legs, softening your knees, relaxing your thighs, and settling into your hips. Every cell in your body is beginning to vibrate at this new, slower frequency. You are shedding the frantic, jagged rhythm of the waking world and adopting the smooth, circular pulse of the infinite. Your heart is no longer beating the clock of the world. It is beating to the slow, majestic clock of the galaxies. You don't need to try to breathe deeply. The universe is breathing through you. Imagine that with every exhale, you are releasing a cloud of silver mist, the last remnants of your efforts, your worries, and your identity. And with every inhale, you are drawing the cool, dark peace of the interstellar void. It is a nourishment that goes deeper than food or water. It is a spiritual rest. The constellations are like giant, glowing lungs, expanding and contracting with grace that is older than time. You are floating in the center of this expansion. You are being lifted and lowered by the tide of the cosmos, as if you were drifting on a calm, sunless sea. There is no resistance here, only a total, blissful surrender to the pulse. The more you sink with the celestial breathing, the more your body feels as if it is dissolving into light. You are becoming less like a solid object and more like a constellation yourself, a collection of glowing points connected by lines of silence. Your thoughts are now just distant flickers, as far away as the furthest star. They have no weight, no urgency, and no voice. There is only the hum, the pulse, and the slow, rhythmic rising and falling of the night. You are safe in this harmony. You are protected by the vastness of the design. Let the resonance carry you further away from the shore of wakefulness. You are drifting into the deep, echoing chambers of the stars, where the only thing that exists is a long, slow, eternal breath of peace, the river of fading memories and the final drift. As you become one with the slow breathing of the constellations, imagine that your consciousness is gently arriving at the banks of a hidden, Sapphire River, the river of fading memories. This is not a river that flows toward a destination. It is a river that flows toward stillness. Its water is deep, cool, and as dark as an indigo sky just before the moon rises. The surface is so smooth that it looks like polished glass, moving with a silence that is absolute. Here, the air is thick with the scent of wild lavender and wet stone, a fragrance that invites you to lay down the last of your stories. You find yourself stepping into a small, translucent boat made of woven starlight, and as you lie back, the river begins to carry you away. On this river, there is no need to remember who you were today. Your memories are like autumn leaves that have fallen onto water. They are beautiful, but they are drifting away from you further and further into the mist. See them now. A conversation you had, a task you finished, a plan you made for tomorrow. Watch them as they float past the hull of your boat, spinning slowly in the gentle eddies before they dissolve into the dark water. They are becoming part of the river's depth, leaving you lighter and clearer with every passing moment. You don't need to hold on to them. You don't need to review them. They are safe in the water's keep, and you are finally free to let them go. The further you drift, the more the shores of the world vanish behind a veil of soft, silver fog. There is no sound here except for the rhythmic, almost imperceptible lapping of the water against your boat. Hush, hush, hush. It is a sound that lulls the very center of your mind into a state of total surrender. You are floating through a landscape of pure peace, where the trees along the bank are made of shadows and the stars are reflected so perfectly in the water that you feel as if you are gliding through the sky itself. Your body feels as if it is made of the same cool liquid as the river, merging with the flow, becoming part of the long, slow journey toward the heart of the night. You are drifting now into a place where even words begin to lose their meaning. The concept of me and mine is fading, replaced by a vast, oceanic sense of being. There is no effort in this drift. You are not rowing. You are being carried by a grace that is as old as the earth itself. The river is wide. The night is long, and you have all the time in the universe to simply exist in this silence. Feel the coolness of the mist on your forehead, smoothing away the last lines of thought. You are sinking deeper into the soft cushions of your boat, your eyes growing heavier and heavier as the river carries you toward the great, silent ocean of sleep. You are safe. You are drifting. You are almost home, the cave of ancient echoes in the infinite silence. As your translucent boat of starlight glides through the silver mist, the river gently carries you into the entrance of a vast, sacred place, the cave of ancient echoes. This is a sanctuary carved out of the very foundation of the cosmos, a place made of deep amethyst stone and cooling shadows. The air inside is perfectly still, tasting of ancient earth and the quiet breath of the mountains. Here, the silence is not empty. It is a solid, comforting presence that wraps around you like a heavy velvet cloak. As you enter deeper into the heart of the cave, the soft lapping of the river fades away, leaving you in a realm of absolute golden stillness. Inside this cave, the walls are lined with tiny, glowing crystals that pulse with a soft, rhythmic light, the color of a fading sunset or a distant dying star. These are the echoes of the universe's most peaceful moments. They hum with a frequency that is so low, it resonates directly with your bones, vibrating through your skeleton and telling every part of you that it is finally time to rest. You can feel the tension in your jaw, your neck, and your shoulders simply dissolving, turning into fine dust that settles on the cool floor of the cave. You are no longer a person carrying a day. You are a soul resting in the womb of the earth, protected by miles of solid, unmoving stone. Imagine that every word you have ever spoken, every thought you have ever had, is being absorbed by these ancient stone walls. The cave takes your burdens and turns them into silence. There is no echo here because the silence is too deep, too hungry for peace. You are lying down now on a bed of soft, cool moss that feels like it was grown just for you in this exact moment, in this exact spot. The moss is alive with a gentle, grounding energy that pulls the last of your restlessness out through your skin, leaving you as clear and as empty as a hollow bell. You don't need to think. You don't need to see. You only need to exist in this hollow of peace. The silence in the cave of ancient echoes is the sound of the universe before the first star was born. It is the original peace, the fundamental rest that exists beneath all things. As you sink deeper into the moss, you feel the boundaries of your body becoming blurred. You are becoming the stone, the crystal, the shadow, and the silence. The cave is not around you. The cave is within you. You are the stillness. You are the ancient echo that has finally found its home. Let the darkness of the cave be your blanket, and its silence be your song. You are sinking, falling, and drifting into the deep, dark heart of the mountain, where the world cannot find you, and where sleep is the only language spoken. The dance of forgotten shadows and the dissolving self. Within the deep, crystalline silence of the cave, a new sensation begins to unfold. A slow, hypnotic dance of forgotten shadows. These are not dark or cold, but are made of the softest, most translucent indigo light. Imagine them as slow-moving veils of silk, drifting through the air without any wind to guide them. They move in circles that are so wide and so gradual that you can only perceive their motion if you let go of your focus. These shadows represent the parts of your life that no longer need your attention. The names of things, the dates, the roles you play for the world. One by one, these veils drift over you, and as they touch you, they gently lift away a layer of your identity, leaving you lighter, simpler, and more at peace than you have ever been. You are witnessing the beautiful process of self beginning to dissolve. Imagine your body is like a sculpture made of soft, sun-warmed sand, resting on the edge of a vast midnight ocean. The shadows of the gentle tide that rises, inch by inch, slowly smoothing the edges of the sand. First, the outlines of your hands and feet begin to blend into the darkness. Then, the way of your chest and shoulders begins to merge with the cool, evening air. You are not disappearing into nothingness. You are expanding into everything. You are no longer a single point in the universe. You are becoming the space in which the universe exists. There is no longer a you to be tired, no longer a you to be worried. There is only the dance, the shadows, and profound, echoing silence. As you dissolve into this indigo mist, your thoughts become like distant birds flying across a darkening horizon. You can see them moving, but you don't need to know where they're going or what they are called. They are far, far away, and their voices are being muffled by the great velvet curtains of the night. Feel the incredible relief of not having to be anyone. For this moment, you have no name, no history, and no future. You are a nameless pulse in the dark, a quiet vibration that is perfectly in tune with the slow turning of the earth. The more you let go of yourself, the more the universe rushes in to fill that space with its own eternal calm. You are a vessel being filled with liquid peace, a cup being dipped into a shoreless sea. The dance of shadows is pulling you deeper into the velvet folds of the unknown. It is a safe place, a place where the light of the world cannot reach and where the noise of the mind has finally surrendered. You are drifting in a state of pure, formless awareness, like a cloud that has decided to become the rain, or a spark that has decided to return to fire. Every breath is now a slow, rhythmic surrender. You are falling to the layers of the night, past the dreams, past the memories, into the very core of existence where all things are one. You are safe. You are held. You are dissolving into the infinite, and it is the most beautiful, most natural thing in the world. The deep roots of the earth and the primal silence. As you dissolve into the indigo mist of the cave, feel your consciousness beginning to sink even lower, moving past the soft moss and into the very heart of the earth itself. Imagine that from your resting body, invisible, glowing silver roots are beginning to grow. They move with incredible, patient slowness, threading their way through the cool, dark soil, winding around ancient stones and drinking from hidden underground springs. These roots are your connection to a stillness that has existed for millions of years. As they reach deeper and deeper, you feel a profound sense of grounding. You are no longer drifting in the air. You are being anchored to the massive, unshakable strength of the planet. You are becoming as steady as a mountain and as silent as the bedrock. Feel the cool, steady energy of the earth rising up through these silver roots to meet you. It is a slow, rhythmic vibration, the heartbeat of the world itself. It is a heavy energy, heavy in the way that gold is heavy, or the way that deep water is heavy. It flows into your legs, into your spine, and into the back of your head, pulling you closer to the center of the world. In this place, miles beneath the surface, there is a primal silence. It is a silence that has never been broken by the wind or the rain. It is a dense, ancient peace that remembers the birth of the oceans and the first light of the sun. You are being invited to share in this memory. You are being invited to rest in the foundation of existence. In this deep earthen sanctuary, the concepts of time and worry have no meaning. The earth does not worry about the seasons. It simply lets them turn. It does not hurry to grow its forests. It simply allows them to be. You are tapping into that same effortless being. Your breath is now a slow exchange between your lungs and the ancient air of the cavern. Every muscle in your body feels as if it is turning into smooth, cool stone, not cold, but solid and at rest. You are a boulder at the bottom of a deep canyon, unmoving and untouched by the storms above. You are safe because you are part of the very ground you rest upon. You are home because you have returned to the source of all stability. As you sink further into this primal silence, the world above becomes a distant, fading dream. The noise of human life, the flickering of lights, the rush of the wind, they are all miles above you, separated by layers of protective earth and stone. Here, in the dark, fertile quiet, you are being nourished. You are being held in the strongest, most patient arms in the universe. Let your awareness spread out along your silver roots until you feel as wide as a continent and as deep as the sea. There is nothing to hold onto because you are being held. There is nothing to do because the earth is doing for all of us. You are falling to the silence, deeper and deeper into the warm, dark, and eternal embrace of the Great Mother, the waterfall of whispering stillness and the silver light. As you rest deeply anchored by your silver roots, imagine a new sound begins to emerge in the darkness of the earth, a sound so soft and so fluid that it feels like a dream of water. You are arriving at the edge of the waterfall of whispering stillness. This is not a rushing, crashing cataract of the world above, but a celestial cascade made of liquid moonlight and dissolved pearls. It falls from an invisible height, moving through the air with the slow, graceful descent of a falling feather. The water is a luminous, pale silver, and as it flows, it hums a single, low note of perfect harmony. This is the water of forgetting, the water of restoration, and it is here to wash away the very last traces of your day. Imagine yourself stepping gently under this cool, silver flow. As the liquid light touches the top of your head, you feel an immediate, soothing release. It feels like a silken veil being drawn over your thoughts. The water doesn't just wash your skin, it flows through you, moving like a gentle tide through your mind, rinsing away the echoes of old conversations, the flickering images of the screen, and the weight of every should end must. Every nerve in your brain is being bathed in this cooling grace. You can feel the tension behind your eyes melting, the tightness in your temples dissolving, and your forehead becoming as smooth and clear as a mountain lake at dawn. The silver water continues its journey downward, flowing over your shoulders and down your spine like a slow, rhythmic massage from the universe itself. Each drop of this liquid silence carries a message of peace to your muscles. It whispers to your heart to beat even slower, to your lungs to breathe even deeper, and to your spirit to let go even further. You are like a stone in the bed of a sacred river, being polished and softened by the constant, gentle flow of time. You are becoming translucent, a vessel of light, as the silver waterfall carries away everything that is not pure rest. There is no effort in this cleansing. You only have to stand there or lie there and let the universe wash you clean. As the waterfall pools around your feet, it creates a mist of glowing silver particles that rise up to surround you in a shimmering cocoon. You are breathing in this mist, and it feels cool and sweet like the air after a midnight rain. Inside this cocoon, the world of noise has completely vanished. There's only the low, resonant hum of the falling water and the feeling of absolute purity. You are renewed. You are weightless. You are a soul made of starlight and water, drifting in a place where only peace is real. Let the whispering stillness of the falls carry you into the next layer of the night. You are sinking, you are flowing, and you are becoming the very silence you hear. The garden of forgotten shadows and the scent of peace. As you drift away from the silver waterfall, the mist begins to thin, revealing the entrance to a place that exists only in the quietest hours of the night. The garden of forgotten shadows. This is a sanctuary of infinite softness, where the ground is not made of earth, but of deep, glowing indigo moss that yields beneath your weight, like 1,000 velvet pillows. Here, the trees are translucent, their leaves made of woven silk that shimmers with a pale bioluminescent light. There is no sun here, only a perpetual, comforting twilight that smells of ancient night-blooming jasmine and the cool, sweet scent of distant rain. This garden is a place where every shadow you have ever cast comes to rest, turning from darkness into a soft, protective presence. Step forward into the heart of this garden. With every step, you feel the moss rising up to cradle your feet, drawing the last remnants of heat and fatigue from your body. The air here is heavy, not with weight, but with peace. It is a dense, fragrant atmosphere that you can almost feel against your skin, like a warm bath or a gentle, invisible hand. As you breathe in, the scent of the jasmine and lavender moves through you, finding the places where you still hold on to the day and softening them until they melt. Your breath is becoming part of the garden's own rhythm, a slow, swaying motion that matches the gentle nodding of the glowing flowers around you. Look at the shadows of the trees as they stretch across the indigo ground. They move with incredible, patient slowness, shifting only as the distant stars turn in their orbits. These shadows are like old friends, quiet and undemanding. They don't want anything from you. They don't ask you to be anyone. In this garden, you are allowed to be nameless. You are allowed to be silent. Imagine yourself lying down now in a bed of pale blue lilies that never fade. As you settle into them, they curl their soft petals around you, creating a private cocoon of scent and shadow. You are being tucked in by the universe itself, wrapped in a blanket of fragrance that lulls your mind into a state of beautiful, dreamless wonder. The deeper you sink into the garden, the more the world of form begins to dissolve. The trees, the moss, and the flowers all start to blend into a single, seamless expanse of indigo peace. You are no longer observing the garden. You are breathing with it. You are the scent that lingers in the air. You are the shadow that rests on the moss. There is no noise here, only the sound of peace, a low, rhythmic thrumming that vibrates at the same frequency as a deep, restorative sleep. You are safe in the garden's keep. You are protected by the ancient shadows. Let the fragrance of eternity guide you further down, past the world of light, into the velvet heart of the great, quiet unknown, the vessel of infinite drift and the cosmic ocean. As the fragrance of the garden begins to fade into a soft, hazy memory, you find yourself gently being lifted away, as if by a tide that has no shore. You are no longer on solid ground. You are now a passenger upon the vessel of infinite drift, a small, glowing bark made of cedar and starlight, floating upon the vast, indigo surface of the cosmic ocean. This ocean is not made of water, but of pure, liquid silence, a sea of stillness that stretches from the beginning of time to the very edge of forever. There are no waves here, only slow, rhythmic swells that rise and fall like the chest of a sleeping giant. Each movement of the vessel is a lullaby, a slow motion swaying that tells your body it is okay to let go of its last anchors. Imagine lying on the deck of the celestial boat, looking upward. There is no sky above you, only a deeper layer of the same dark ocean, filled with the soft, blurred light of a billion distant suns. You are suspended between two infinities, held in the perfect balance of the void. The boat doesn't need a sail. It doesn't need a rudder. It is guided by the gentle, invisible currents of the universe's own peace. You are moving, but you are also perfectly still. You are traveling, but you have already arrived. Feel the wood of the vessel against your back. It is warm, ancient, and vibrates with the low, comforting hum of the deep cosmos. This hum is the only sound in existence, and is washing over you in slow, heavy waves of gold and shadow. As you drift further into the heart of this oceanic silence, you feel the boundaries of your physical form beginning to blur even more. The cool, dark liquid of the sea and the warmth of your own body are becoming one and the same. You are no longer in the ocean. You are of the ocean. Every breath you take draws in the vastness of the space around you, and every exhale releases the last, tiny particles of your earthly identity into the dark. You are becoming a ripple in the fabric of eternity, a slow-moving curve of light that has no beginning and no end. There is no fear here, for there is nothing to lose. You are as safe as a drop of rain falling into the sea, returning to the source of all things. The vessel of infinite drift is carrying you toward the place where dreams are born, a horizon of soft, glowing mist where the stars and the water meet. You don't need to stay awake to see it. You don't need to watch the journey. You can simply close your eyes and trust the current. The ocean knows where you belong. The night knows your name, even if you have forgotten it yourself. Let the swaying of the boat pull you down into the deepest, warmest layers of sleep. You are drifting. You are sinking. You are flowing away from the world of light and into the majestic, silent embrace of the cosmic deep. There's only the rhythm. There's only the dark. There's only the perfect, beautiful drift. The slow departure of ancient stars and the peace of the void. As your vessel glides further into the heart of the cosmic ocean, you begin to witness the slow departure of ancient stars. These stars have burned for eons, watching over the world, but now, they too are preparing for their rest. Imagine them one by one, like candles being snuffed out in a vast, dark cathedral. They don't disappear with a flash or a bang. They simply dim, their edges softening and blurring, until they become a part of the velvet night itself. This is not a loss of light, but a homecoming into the peace of the void. You are watching the universe go to sleep, and as the stars fade, your own consciousness feels invited to do the same, to let go of its brightness and sink into the warm, healing dark. Look up at the spaces where the stars used to be. The darkness there is not empty. It is a rich, dense presence, like a physical embrace. It is the original darkness, the womb of all creation, and it is the most restful color in existence. It is a shade of black that is deeper than midnight, softer than soot, and as vast as forever. As you breathe, imagine you are inhaling this darkness, letting it fill your lungs and move through your veins, cooling your blood and quieting your nerves. You are becoming a part of the void, a place where there are no questions, no answers, and no needs. There is only the peace of being absolutely, beautifully nothing. In this void, the weight of being a person, of having a name, a face, and a story, simply evaporates. It is a profound relief to realize that the universe moves perfectly well without your effort. The planets turn, the galaxies spin, and the great silence remains, all without a single thought from you. You are a passenger on a journey that requires no ticket, no destination, and no wakefulness. The void is not a place of falling. It is a place of being held. It is like the space between two notes of music, or the moment of stillness at the top of a breath. You are lingering in that pause, expanding into the emptiness until you cannot tell where you end and the night begins. The stars are now only faint, distant pulses, like the beating of a heart in a dream. They are whispering their final goodnights, and you are answering with your own silence. The void is calling you deeper into its soft, unmoving center, away from the flickering lights of the mind. There is no time here, only the eternal present. There is no noise, only the hum of the infinite. You are safe in this hollow of the cosmos. You are protected by the sheer scale of the silence. Let the darkness take your last flickering thoughts and turn them into starlight. You are sinking, you are fading, and you are resting in the perfect, ancient peace of the great, dark void, the slow music of shifting shadows and the cosmic lullaby. As you linger in the heart of the void, you begin to perceive something beyond silence, a vibration so low, so ancient, and so gentle that it can only be described as the slow music of shifting shadows. This is the cosmic lullaby that the universe sings to itself when the eons grow long. It is not a melody made of notes, but a harmony made of distance and depth. Imagine it as the sound of 1,000 glass bells ringing underwater, miles away, or the soft, rhythmic humming of the wind as it brushes against the edge of a frozen moon. This music doesn't enter through your ears. It enters through your very skin, resonates in your chest, and tells your heart that it is safe to beat with the slow, majestic rhythm of the night. Listen with your entire being to this soundless song. It is the music of things coming to rest. It is the sound of stardust settling onto the surface of a sleeping planet. It is the hum of a nebula as it slowly contracts in the cold dark. Each note of this lullaby lasts for an eternity, rising and falling with a grace that makes your own breathing feel like a sacred dance. You don't need to try to hear it. You only need to be still enough to feel it. The music is weaving a net of sound around you, a protective mesh that catches your stray thoughts and turns them into soft, melodic echoes that eventually fade into the background. You are being lulled by the same song that's put the galaxies to sleep for billions of years. Feel the music moving through your limbs, heavy and sweet like warm honey. It flows into your hands, making your fingers feel long and weightless. It flows into your legs, turning them into pillars of soft, glowing shadow. Your mind is no longer a place of noise. It is now a vast, echoing hall where this cosmic lullaby is the only guest. The shadows around you are moving in time to this music, swaying like tall grass in a midnight field. You are swaying with them, drifting on a tide of resonance that is pulling you deeper and deeper into the velvet folds of the unknown. There is no urgency in this song, no crescendo, only a steady, unchanging flow of peace. As the music continues, it becomes quieter and quieter, moving from a hum to a whisper, and from a whisper to a memory of a sound. You are following this fading trail into the deepest chambers of the night. The lullaby is telling you that the world is taken care of, that your life is in good hands, and that your only duty now is to surrender to the drift. You are safe within the harmony. You are protected by the song. Let the music dissolve the last boundaries of your awareness. You are sinking through the layers of sound, falling into the silent gaps between the notes, where sleep waits for you with open arms. You are the music, you are the shadow, and you are the eternal rest, the ancient dust of time and the final dissolve of memory. As the cosmic lullaby fades into a mere vibration, you find yourself drifting into a realm where the air is filled with the ancient dust of time. This is not the dust of the world you know. These are microscopic fragments of forgotten eons, shimmering with a dull, golden light as they hang motionless in the void. Each grain of dust is a second that has already passed, a moment that has been lived and released. As you float through this golden haze, you realize that time is no longer a line moving forward, but a soft, shimmering cloud that surrounds you. You are breathing in the very essence of history, and it tastes like cool ozone and ancient stone. There is no tomorrow here, and the yesterday you left behind is now just a handful of glowing dust, drifting slowly away from your fingertips. Imagine your memories beginning to undergo a final, beautiful dissolve. Think of your mind as a vast, dark library where the books are made of shadows. One by one, the pages are turning into this golden dust, floating out of the windows and joining the infinite cloud outside. The names of your friends, the streets of your childhood, the worries of your workday, they are all softening, losing their sharp edges and becoming part of this universal mist. It is not that you are losing them. It is that they are returning to the stars for which they came. You feel an incredible lightness as this happens. The heavy backpack of your identity is being unpacked by the gentle hands of the night, leaving you with nothing but the pure, unburdened essence of your soul. The more you dissolve, the more you feel the immense scale of the universe's patience. The stars don't remember the day they were born, and the mountains don't count the centuries. They simply exist in a state of eternal being. You are now sharing in that same timeless existence. Your breath is no longer yours. It is the breath of the golden dust, the breath of the eons, moving in and out with a slowness that defies measurement. You are a ghost of light moving through a forest of time, and every step you take, or rather, every drift you make, carries you further into the blissful anonymity of the dark. There is a profound freedom in being forgotten by the world, and in forgetting the world in return. As the golden dust of time settles around you, it creates a soft, luminous cocoon that insulates you from everything. Inside this cocoon, there is only the now, a now that is as deep as an ocean and as wide as a cosmos. You are safe here because there is nothing left to happen. The story is over, and the book has been closed and turned to dust. You are resting in the afterglow of existence, a place of perfect, silent equilibrium. Let the last grain of memory float away into the dark. You are sinking through the haze, falling past the centuries, and merging with the timeless, golden silence of the great beyond. You are home. You are empty. You are whole. The cool blue of forgotten space and eternal fall. As you pass through the golden haze of time, the colors of your journey begin to shift, deepening into a singular, profound shade of indigo, the cool blue of forgotten space. This is the color of the universe when it is dreaming. It is a blue so deep that it feels like a soft, liquid embrace, cooling your skin and calming the very center of your heart. In this realm, gravity has no meaning, yet you feel yourself in a state of eternal, slow-motion fall. It is not a fall that causes fear, but a fall that feels like being lowered into the softest bed imaginable. You are sinking through layers of velvet light, moving deeper into the quietest regions of the cosmos where the stars are just distant, flickering memories. Imagine the temperature of this space. It is not cold in a way that bites. It is cool in a way that heals. It is the coolness of a marble floor in a quiet cathedral or the breath of a glacier on a still night. As this blue light washes over you, it draws out the last remnants of heat from your muscles, the heat of anger, the heat of effort, the heat of the sun. You are becoming as cool and as still as the interstellar void. Your thoughts, once bright and fast, are now like slow-moving icebergs drifting in a dark, blue sea. They move so gradually that you can no longer tell if they are moving at all. You are entering a state of perfect suspension, where the only movement is a slow, rhythmic expansion of the universe itself. In this eternal fall, you are letting go of the need to hold on to anything. Think of a leaf falling from a tree that is 10 miles high. The leaf does not worry about the ground. It only knows the air and the grace of the descent. You are that leaf. The ground does not exist here. There is only the fall, and the fall is infinite. There is a magnificent freedom in realizing that you will never hit the bottom, because in the hard piece, there is no bottom, only more depth, more softness, and more blue. You are falling to the dreams of the galaxies, past the ghosts of ancient nebulae, sinking into a silence that is as vast as the sky. Feel the indigo light pressing gently against your eyelids, inviting them to become even heavier. Your body is now a vessel of this cool blue peace, heavy and anchored in the drift. Every breath you take is like a drop of ink in a glass of clear water, slowly spreading, slowly coloring your entire being with the hue of the night. There is no noise here, only the sound of the blue, a low, humming frequency that vibrates in the key of forever. You are safe in the fall. You are protected by the depth. Let yourself sink further into the cool blue of forgotten space, moving away from the world of form and into majestic, unmoving heart of the eternal dark, the slow snowfall of forgotten shadows and the white silence. As you sink deeper into the cool blue of forgotten space, a subtle change begins to occur in the air around you. It starts as a faint shimmer, a crystalline movement in the indigo dark, until you realize that you are surrounded by the slow snowfall of forgotten shadows. This is not the cold, biting snow of the earth, but a celestial drift made of frozen starlight and the dust of ancient dreams. Each flake is unique, moving with a leisure that defies gravity, drifting down to the void like a silent whisper. They do not fall. They float, they dance, and they linger in the air, creating a soft, luminous veil of white silence that slowly begins to cover everything you have ever known. Imagine these flakes of light landing softly upon your body. As they touch your skin, they don't melt with a chill. Instead, they dissolve into a feeling of absolute velvet numbness. It is a healing numbness that starts at your toes and moves slowly upward, turning your tired muscles into soft, unmoving clouds. First, your feet disappear beneath this white silence. Then your legs, your hips, and your hands. You are being buried in a blanket of peace so thick and so soft that the very idea of movement becomes a distant, forgotten concept. You are becoming a landscape of snow, a quiet hill in the middle of an eternal winter night, undisturbed by the wind and untouched by the sun. This white silence is the ultimate filter for your mind. Imagine every remaining thought, every tiny flicker of worry or plan, as a small, dark bird. One by one, the snowfall is so heavy and so quiet that these birds simply tuck their heads under their wings and go to sleep. The landscape of your consciousness is becoming a vast, unbroken field of white, reflecting only the dim, peaceful glow of the distant cosmos. There is no contrast here, no sharp edges, and no noise. The silence is so profound that you can hear the sound of the snowfall, a microscopic, crystalline tinkling that is quieter than a heartbeat. It is the sound of the universe settling into its final, deepest rest. As the snowfall grows thicker, the boundaries of your room, your bed, and even your physical form completely vanish. You are now a part of the drift, a single flake of starlight moving through the infinite dark. You are falling upward into the stillness, or perhaps you are drifting sideways into the heart of a dream. It no longer matters. Direction has ceased to exist, and time has been frozen into a single, beautiful moment of now. You are safe within the white silence. You are protected by the weight of the celestial snow. Let yourself be covered. Let yourself be hidden. And let yourself disappear into the soft, frozen embrace of the night's last and greatest secret. The final mist of forgotten eons and the ultimate dissolve. As the white silence of celestial snow settles into the very marrow of your being, you feel the atmosphere around you begin to thicken into something even more profound. The final mist of forgotten eons. This is the mist that existed before the first star was sparked into life, and it is the mist that will remain when the last galaxy has faded away. It is a soft, translucent gray, like the color of a dream that has no beginning and no end. This mist is the ultimate solvent. It gently dissolves the last remaining threads of your connection to the physical world. As you breathe it in, you feel your consciousness expanding, thinning, and spreading out until you're no longer a person of body, but a vast, quiet awareness floating in the cradle of infinity. In this final mist, the last of your earthly senses begin to surrender. The feeling of the bed beneath you becomes the feeling of cloud. The sound of your own breath becomes the sound of a distant cosmic tide. You are experiencing the ultimate dissolve. Imagine a drop of clear water falling into a vast, indigo ocean. For a single, fleeting second, the drop exists as itself, and then, with a grace that is older than time, it merges. It doesn't disappear, it becomes the ocean. You are that drop, and you are now becoming the ocean of peace that you have been traveling toward. Every worry, every memory, and every flicker of self is now a part of this great, misty sea. You are everywhere and nowhere, all at once. The mist is heavy with the weight of ancient peace. It presses against you with a kindness that is absolute, whispering to your spirit that the journey is over and arrival is here. There are no more shores to reach, no more rivers to cross, and no more stars to count. You are drifting in the pure, unadulterated essence of rest. Think of how a single note of music eventually fades into the silence of a great hall. You are that fading note, and the silence is welcoming you home. The air is still, the light is dim, and the heart of the universe is beating in perfect synchronization with your own. You are safe. You are held. You are nameless. As the final mist wraps its last layers around your awareness, the world of form becomes a distant, unrecognizable shadow. You are sinking to the very floor of existence, falling into a sleep that is as deep as the roots of the mountains and as quiet as the spaces between the atoms. There is no more you to stay awake. There is only the mist, only the dark, and only the infinite, beautiful void. You are merging with the night, becoming the very fabric of the silence. Let the mist carry you into the dreamless depths. You are home. You are the peace. You are the eternal, unchanging light of the dark, the final threshold of consciousness and the gate of dreams. As you float within the final mist of forgotten eons, you arrive at the most sacred point of your journey, the final threshold of consciousness. This is the thin, shimmering line between the world of form and the world of dreams. Imagine it as a vast, arched gateway made of ancient, dark wood and inlaid with pulsing opals that glow like the hearts of distant stars. This gate does not stand on any ground. It floats in the center of the infinite dark, and it is here that you must leave behind the last weight of your waking life. You are standing, or rather, drifting, at the very edge of the self. Beyond this gate, there are no more words, no more thoughts, and no more you. There is only the long, beautiful deep. As you approach this threshold, you feel a sense of profound, holy quiet. It is as if the entire universe has held its breath, waiting for this exact moment of your arrival. You are being invited to step through, but there is no hurry. The gate of dreams opens slowly, with a silence that is more powerful than any sound. As it opens, a soft, golden charcoal light pours out, a light that feels like a warm embrace on a winter's night. This is the light of the subconscious, the realm where your soul goes to be repaired, renewed, and remembered by the stars. You are shedding your earthly skin at this threshold, letting it fall away like a garment you no longer need. Feel the magnetic pull of the world beyond the gate. It is a gentle, irresistible tugging at the center of your chest, drawing you into a place where the laws of physics are replaced by the laws of magic and rest. In this realm, you can fly without wings, you can breathe underwater, and you can speak the language of the trees. But before you enter, you must surrender the last flicker of your will. You are no longer the driver of the carriage. You are the passenger. You are no longer the singer. You are the song. The threshold is absorbing the last of your resistance, turning it into a fine, silver vapor that disappears into the void. You are becoming as light as a thought, as thin as a shadow, and as vast as the night. Now, as you drift across the threshold and through the gate, the door behind you closes with a soft, final hush. The world you knew is now on the other side, and it cannot reach you here. You are in the sanctuary of the deep dream. The air is thick with the promise of rest, and the silence is a living, breathing presence that cradles you in its arms. You're no longer trying to sleep. You are the sleep. You are the dream that the universe is having. Let yourself fall into the golden charcoal light, sinking deeper than any memory, further than any thought, into the majestic and eternal peace of the ultimate rest. You have crossed over. You are safe. You are dreaming. The final destination, the heart of absolute stillness. You have crossed the threshold. The gate is closed softly behind you, and you are now drifting in the very center of the universe, the heart of absolute stillness. This is a destination of every star that has ever faded, every river that has ever reached the sea, and every soul that has ever sought rest. Here, there is no more color, no more form, and no more movement. There is only a vast, infinite expanse of pure, warm dark. It is a darkness that is alive with peace, a darkness that feels like the ultimate sanctuary. In this place, the universe is not something you're looking at. It is something you are. You have reached the core of existence, the silent engine of reality where everything is perfect, exactly as it is. In the heart of absolute stillness, your breath has become so slow, so shallow, and so effortless that it is like the movement of a single atom. You are no longer breathing air. You are breathing primordial silence of the cosmos. Feel the incredible weight of this peace. It is a heavy, golden density that pins you to the very fabric of eternity, ensuring that you are safe, stable, and completely at rest. There is no longer any boundary between your body and the space around you. You have expanded to the edges of the universe, and the universe has contracted into the center of your heart. You are the stillness. You are the dark. You are the peace. Think of a clock whose hands have finally stopped. Think of a bell whose vibration has finally ceased. Think of a flame that has returned to the warmth of the candle. That is you. The long day is over. The long journey is done. There is nothing left to say, nothing left to imagine, and nothing left to hold on to. Every cell in your being is now saturated with the liquid gold of dreamless sleep. This is the rest that rebuilds worlds. This is the silence that creates stars. You are lying in the very cradle of creation, and the universe is whispering its final, wordless blessing upon you. The darkness is now absolute, and it is beautiful. It is a soft velvet curtain that has been drawn over the theater of your life. You are drifting in a sea of pure being, where time is a forgotten myth and the world is a distant, flickering spark that has finally gone out. You are falling into the deepest, darkest, and most beautiful layer of sleep, where the only thing that exists is the eternal, unchanging pulse of the infinite. Sleep now. The darkness is your home. The silence is your song. You are whole. You are safe. You are peace. You are now drifting in the deepest layers of the night, where the world cannot reach you. Your journey doesn't end here. It's a cycle of healing that we share together. If this silence brought you peace, know that this sanctuary is always here for you. Before you slip completely away, gently let your heart remember this space. Subscribe to be part of our silent tribe, and leave a simple, "I am at peace" in the comments when you wake up. It helps our community grow and heal together. Rest now, dear soul. You are safe. You are loved. And I will be here to guide you through the stars again tomorrow night. Good night and sweet dreams into the infinite.